a soon forgotten scene. We met in a dream, a world slipped through the sea. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna leave, but I am waking, unmaking everything. Forget your face, I'll soon forget your faces. I'll soon forget your face. I'll soon forget your faces. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to be. 3 persons, 1 body. 3 persons, 1 mind. 3 persons, 1 body. 1 body divide. Will I recall the failing so severe? The failings of my soul, they're slipping through my hand. I'm doomed to repeat this hell in my sleep. I'll lie to myself, unmaking everything. Your face, I'll soon forget your faces. I'll soon forget your face. I'll soon forget your faces. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to be. 3 persons, 1 body. 3 persons, 1 mind. 3 persons, 1 body. 1 body Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working more on THEOMACHY. Now you may be wondering, what are we doing with THEOMACHY? Finishing it. Yeah, no, that we're going to try to finish this game today. Yes, we're going to do our best to wrap this game up. Now, I did send the commissioner the prelim here effectively and see what his thoughts were. He never got back to me. I don't know if he just hasn't gone over it yet, if he is maybe not, he didn't see it. I don't know. But, oh god. But regardless, we are going to be doing our best to finish it. What are you talking about? Yeah, this is the goal. I want to finish this game today. We don't need that. We're going to do our best to finish things today. And by trying to finish things today, I don't actually... There isn't actually much left to finish. The game is pretty done, actually. I did get a little bit overexcited. You may be wondering, what do you mean by overexcited? I wrote all the minions and enemy stuff. Yeah, I kind of just wrote everything here. How does this work, you may be wondering? So, very basically, minions. Minions are your disposable fodder enemies. If you want to make a minion, you are going to choose if they are offense or defense. If they are offense, they have a higher attack. If they're defense, they have a higher defense. That's really it. They're all about the exact same thing. The only difference is that they have a different idea of assisting. Whoever is the strongest enemy in the zone, they're going to actually support. They're going to give them bigger bonuses. Swarms are pretty much just many smaller enemies. They have health, but they kind of operate off the same idea. And this is pretty much the I don't want to give them assists, and I don't want them to die immediately. You use a swarm. Brutes, on the other hand, are kind of a pick and choose ability, which you use, you have dice spreads, quote unquote dice spreads. They aren't really dice, but you're just going to assign the full value of a die to one of their attributes. Offense, defense, offense, damage, defense, or health. You can also assign that to kind of their special abilities, but generally speaking, it's you choose what their difficulty is, and then you assign it. For example, this is a Minotaur Guardian. He's got 16 offense, he does 10 damage, he has 10 defense, and he's got 36 fucking health. He is a brick shithouse. He is a big motherfucker. He is scary. So generally speaking, you're going to have to work together to fight him. However, you might also fight a Hawk Nagul, which has 12 offense, 14 damage, 14 defense, but he's very, hard to hit. He's very fragile. But he also has the ability to transform into a hawk and move 12 zones as fast as they wish, including vertically. So they can just fly up in the air and still harass you because they're fucking werewolves of Aztec mythology. Oh, have no fear, everybody. Have no fear, everybody. We have to run an ad, so sorry, everybody. Draco, hit the button, guys. This one is pretty short. It looks short. It is not. This is, again, 52 pages, and I have took a lot of time just off stream talking about things with this one. And doing a lot of things of just like sitting here and typing. You got to remember, we did do the stream the other day, which was like 5 hours of just going through all the powers. There's a lot of things to make things go kind of off screen. That's really the biggest issue there. We're not even done yet. Again, we got to do conditions and ailments. Most likely, I will also do like a if I want to be efficient, I'll make a character sheet, and so I can show you all my my process for making my terrible character sheets. I'm terrible at making it. It was 4 hours and 45 minutes. It was a 1 hour tangent. Yeah, no, that's just how it goes. Ugh. You just make some stuff in Google Sheets? Unfortunately. I unfortunately do, because I'm really bad at character sheets. But also I would like to thank Marit G. I would like to thank Mr. G for following. I would also like to thank Zuhalev for following as well. D12 is not a weird dice. It's not a weird die. Anything above it is that goes by D4 and D8. It is unusual. If you want to do something like that, I'll make a no. I can believe in you. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. Come on, come on. You can do it. It's with those. I only gave you the four things to kind of worry about. The 3 things to kind of worry about. And nope, and my game goes up to D480. Is that okay? I cannot stop you. You're looking at the guy who made a game where rolling D7 is an expected roll. Generally speaking, the jammers have been jamming. I'm gonna say that. You guys have been jamming, and we've already got 1 submission in. And does anyone make a physical D69? No. I do know a physical D7 exists. That's the funny part. D7. Dice. Yeah, if you want odd numbered dice, these dice do exist, by the way. The D3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. These things do exist. They are fucking horrifying. I hate them. I despise these dice. They are so disturbing. But I like the D9 pair of dice. Roll a card, 10 set of dice, 13-sided dice. Like, yeah, it's like all these weird novelty dice. I love them. I love novelty dice. I hate them at the same time. They all look wrong. Yeah, you want to get a D3. Look at the D3. Look at it. Look at these fucking dice. Look at these fucking things. They look like they're in pain. Let's see. D14 to D120. Do we have any funny dice? D26 is the alphabet dice. Numerically balanced D30. I actually own a D30. Let's see. The 36-sided dice. The D48s. D60s. I own a D60. D100 Zozekahedron die. Let's see, the D120 Didascus Triacahedron. The glow-in-the-dark D120s. Like, foreign dice. Do we have any fun foreign dice? DLX. D-Lex is lexicon. 60-sided alphabet dice. Yeah. 26-letter alphabet dice. Have no fear. You want to have Japanese numeral dice? We got them. Spanish word dice? Go for it. This literal time dice. Why do we have is there American Sign Language dice? Yeah, I am special dice. Go first dice. The recast 2d6. God. Permutations, non-transitive grime dice. Yeah, I am fascinated by like terrible dice. Oh wow. Oh no, skew D6 with numerals. Didn't know this existed. Skew dice. Crystal D6s, new twist to on the D6. It's a fucking square. Oh boy. Concentric rings D6. Mega dots D6. Facial expression D6. Roll again D6. Symmetric dots D6. Yeah, no, fucking Lego piece. Why do these exist? Why? Why does this exist? There we go. Yeah, no, technically if you want to most accurately play the the experience. If you want to actually play the center system, you have to go here and you have to buy the weird sided dice. If you're not doing it right, you're fucked. These three are idiots. Let's see. Yeah. Cole like going sicko mode on that was like, oh wow, with the cards, do you need a main thing or they can exist and be able to be happy? They can just exist if you wish. They just have to be present. They have to be a main mechanic, though. They have to be in there. But those dice look like they were inbred. They just never stop rolling. Yeah, poker. Do they have chess dice? Probably. But yeah, go weird. Have fun with it. That's all I got. That's all you got to think about. Just have fun. Do something silly. And embrace the chaos. All right there. But yes, getting back to the what I was talking about more than anything. Brutes are pretty easy to make. Monsters are the same thing. They have an extra die in their dice spread, but that's going to determine their size. Their size is a little bit interesting because what it does is that it gives them a shit ton more health. It also acts as their protection. So, oh, cool, I've done 16 damage. You've done 10 damage. Because it's just going to act as like a raw like ability for them to not take damage. It's like, okay, this is a kind of a major like set piece now we got to deal with. But you're also going to be hitting like a freight train at certain points, depending on your abilities. And that's on purpose. So, the main things what we need to do today is me getting pinged. Why does this exist? In what world does this need to exist? Like, no, stop it. In the name of God. Yay, time to do Moby Dick with space zombies. I'm basically have to do the opposite of what I normally do, chaos control. I will say, if you do have a weird, obtuse, if you have a weird, obtuse, and stupid idea, like, oh, I want to use chess dice or something, I cannot stop you from using it. Or it's like, hey, I want to do something really bizarre or something like that. Just tell me, just ask, and I'll probably give you the approval if it's completely fucking cursed or not. But yeah, no, it's everyone's been doing pretty good with it. Even some people who were a little apprehensive at first have now kind of gotten into the vibe, and I'm okay with this. I like it when people vibe. Please be vibed. Okay, so we are going to do conditions. Conditions and ailments right now. This is fairly important. These are going to be a condition is a series of a condition is a condition. A condition is a affecting a character. This ranges from being on fire. Ranges from being on fire to having having the natural healing aura, repair flesh wounds. A hero. These conditions, some condition will have a timer. Will have a timer on them. Only being around for a certain amount of time. Before they flicker out. Before they dissolve, before they cease. This is marked as putting this timer reduces by one. Timer reduces by one at the end of every round. But a hero may choose to use the resist utility action May choose to use resist utility action to immediately remove one condition of their choice. One condition of their choice. Even positive ones. You can technically get rid of regeneration if you wish. That's a thing. If you want to, you can do that. You can get rid of it. I have something on my glass. I'm a blind man, and that's so right. I'm a blind man. Oh, oh God. It's always funny when I don't have my glasses on. Because I can't see jack shit. Then I re-don them and I'm like, haha, I can see. See, my computer screen is fucking disgusting. God, I need to fix this. Man, writing this game reminded me of the time period anime game was Crunch Monster with 6+ pages of just definitions. Yeah, I try to avoid that. I do try my best to avoid like having just endless like descriptions and like notes and like you gotta remember to do this, you gotta remember to do that. That was like one of the funny things with one of the games we're gonna be going over tomorrow actually, because do not forget we have franchise games number 6, I believe, tomorrow. Yeah, one of those games is filled with like fucking keywords to better or worse. And it's a beautiful disaster area. It's great. But a hero may choose to use resist utility action to immediately move on condition. Their choice. So next we get to do the fun bit where we get to go here and we get to write down all the conditions I wrote. Yeah. Including vertically. And launch some in the air. Now let's see. Authority. Here exude lesser supernaturals. Die for me. Be my victim. Your measures. Has invested in for better or worse. Unseen hand. Okay, so we've got stunned, inflamed, confused, poisoned, elemental. X. I'm gonna have to put a note there, and then we also have regeneration. Okay, easy enough to understand. You know what? Why don't I just type in the word condition and see what pops up? So we're right here. Let's hit the button. Bleed. We have bleed. Bleed for me. Bleed for me. Resist. Remove all conditions. Inflamed condition. Peak condition. Regeneration works. Clear condition of their choice. Stun condition. Ticks condition. Make clear condition. Fear condition. They have the fear. Like fear. Be afraid. Blind condition. Blind. And you know what? Maybe we should also put in deaf. Blind deaf. No, yeah, blind deaf is all we really need there. Blind. Fear condition during clearing condition. Confused. Do I have confused? Yes, I do have confused. Wow, good job, team. Do we have any others that might need something in there? Stunned. Let's see, regeneration. I guess we can have well, we can do with these. These are simple enough to understand. Insert table. We do something like this. Want to be a bit more efficient about this. We do doink, dink, doink. That's the Jake Paul, I believe. No, that's Logan Paul's thing. Dink doink. Learned about dink doink the other day. I'm like, wow, what kind of gibbering moron would fall for this? Then I realized human beings are gibbering morons. Anything in crypto I've learned is just fascinating. Like, crypto by itself is fascinating. Because it's like, how does this even work? Let's see. I've been humming She Shanties all day. It's great. Oh, hey, KP is Black Q&A. Oh, yes. Watch the Black Q&A. Oh, wait. You know what? That reminds me. Did they bring out the fucking other one? The classes were supposed to come out today? Yes, I did see DTRPG banning men. They banned men. It was designed to be banned as a publicity stunt. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Here, give me 1 second. I'll bring it up. Men RPG. Don't be porn. Men tabletop RPG. Men Red Room. Men Red Room RPG. There we go. Yes, this is Men, as you can see. Men is, I don't really know what the hell it was about, to be perfectly frank with you. It's by these guys. They are let's look at what they do. I didn't really know these guys at all until all this kind of started off. A couple people follow them. Oh, they did these guys. They did. Wait, no. Yeah, drive-through like yeah, these guys do the Galio trilogy. It looks okay. Postcards from okay, welcome to St. Cloud. This is wait, no, this isn't the. Yeah, this is the one that they were like, yeah, Retchploitation. This was their big one. Cool. Wretched Epochs. Cool. Wretched Bastards. Cool. Wretched Country. Cool. They kind of just wretched role playing. That's how I know these guys. They're associated with fucking Postmortem, aren't they? Oh god, Postmortem. We've talked about Postmortem before. These are the guys who did Tales of Gore. They're also the ones that did actual fucking monsters, and a few of these. Oh wow, yeah, these guys. This guy. So they're associated with him. That's actually very fascinating. But yeah, from what I've been able to gather about Men, oh god, they are Brazilian. It was quite literally like our this narrative. They were so fucking cowards that they didn't want to admit they wrote it. It's, how do I want to word this? Men is interesting. Men is very interesting. I don't know anything about the Wretched system. I've never really seen it. I thought it was OSR. The weird thing with it was they made a product that they damn well knew was going to piss people off. And when it pissed people off, they got smacked with it. And now, mind you, is Drive-Thru RPG in the right for this? Abso-fucking-lutely not. I don't believe that. I think Drive-Thru RPG made the wrong call. Very wrong call. And because the thing is, they fell for how do I want to word this? They fell for the bait. That's what Men was. Men was bait. You put it out there, and they say, ban me, come on, fucking do it, fucking ban me. You know, they hold the gun to your head, like, come on, shoot me. And then when, you know, DTRPG pulls the fucking trigger and blows their fucking head off, it's like, oh, well, I have the moral high ground now. It's like, I'm the good guy. Like, again, if you wanted to be more precise about it, if you were looking at me, if, you know, the gun to my head, and, you know, no, Pat Anon, you are now head of the Drive-Thru RPG. You have to make a call. Do you ban men? I'm like, absolutely not, because it's bait. That's all it is. It's bait. And this is what they wanted, and they got what they wanted. They got exactly what they were asking for, and it's going to start a shit fit, and I think it's kind of a part of a larger issue that's been going on, personally, if you want my little honest. Yeah, it's one of those things where, is Drive-Thru RPG the arbiter of these things, or are they a platform? Yes. They are in the technical right because these guys were a death threat to customers on the description, and let's be honest, they probably mass reported their own game as well. It's one of those things, they shouldn't have been completely banned off the fight. Yeah, no, well, here's the thing, Ethical. This is the big thing, Ethical. It's not about that. The issue is that there are these kind of like, we like to believe that there's like the tabletop gaming community. I've talked about the tabletop gaming community before. There isn't one. Because you have people, let's say, on one side, which are like, you know, your D&D guys. The D&D guys do not interact with the PBTA guys. They really don't. There's a very clear divide between the kind of those kind of groups, and there might be a little bit of people in the middle, but it's kind of more of the exception than anything. But then you have people on this weirder side, which just kind of make their own. There are a lot of boomers, and yeah, it's a lot of older guys who've been playing forever, and they're the one. It's like Venger, for example. Venger is kind of with these guys 110%. They damn well know it, and it is, they want, these are the guys, you know, Venger and all these guys have frequently, you know, hit the hornet's nest. That's the point. It's not about getting that email to please changes. That's not the point. Because they've already received those emails, and they probably don't listen to them, or they make a point about saying, fuck you. It's not about that. It's about sending. It's legitimately, it's a fucking Joker art. It's about sending a message, and they are, but it's a very like small subset over here. That, like, Ethical, you kind of point out, they're still retards. And I say that in the nicest way possible, Twitch. They're still fucking stupid. They are still morons. Because what they're trying to do is they want to kick the hornet's nest. The thing is Drive-Thru RPG in the right or wrong? It depends on your perspective. Does a storefront have the responsibility, you know, effectively, does the storefront have the responsibility to backhand content that is negative? I cannot put out Raho Wa on Drive-Thru RPG. They will take it down immediately. It's bad. It's not good. But these guys deliberately made something to piss people off and got reported for it, and they knew it was there to piss them off. And again, what Drive-Thru should have done is they should have released a statement being like, they did this for this, all these various reasons. We took them off because of repeated infractions. Like, we tried to give them a chance, they didn't do it. We're doing it for the health of the site as much as the health of, ourselves. Like, they clearly don't want to listen. Do you believe a site has the authority to do that? Do you believe a storefront has the right to stop people from selling in it? You can make an argument that, yeah, they kind of do. On the other hand, no, they kind of don't. It's a very messy place there. It's only... YouTube's been going through that, actually. Ironically enough, YouTube's been kind of struggling with that for the past while. And that's why you can't say fuck in the first 30 seconds anymore. Drive-through RPGs down in Spanish, and I don't know why. I believe if you go to the very bottom of the site, they'll give you the option to change to EN. I wonder, did they have... They never said anything about it. Let me see, did it log me out because Drive-through RPG has the fucking infrastructure of a 25-year-old... Come on, baby. Load up. No, it didn't log me out. Yeah, I believe if you go to the very bottom of the website, you'll see this. I don't know why like all these websites have been loading really poorly for me recently. I'll have to look into that. Maybe maybe my friend knows. But yeah, no, like drive-through and a couple of these other ones are my computer's been having some issues on my side. I don't know really what's been going on. I think there might be something up with my thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have to yell at my friend, and maybe he knows what's been going on there. Everything else loads pretty fine. It's just certain websites. But yeah, no, they knew what they were doing. And when they got hit with it, they began to parade around saying, haha, look, we got hit. I try not to be, like, oh, well, these guys are dummies and are morons. Like, no, I don't try to do that. I do genuinely think that, like, yeah, maybe Drive-Thru RPG has some power they don't need. My thing is... Drive-Thru has a lot of unnecessary power over the industry. And especially now that they're allied with a very large and very big other part of the sphere, notably Roll20, and they are kind of together in that front. Yeah, I don't know. It ain't good. I don't know. I think things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. But that's been the modus operandi for the past while at this point. Fucking god damn it. Don't tell me the tables are broken. Okay. We do insert row above. We do that. I don't know what's going on there. That's great. Coffee. Got a lot of things I gotta go over tonight, actually. So let's. Yes. So we want to do the. The target is in awe of the majesty before them. They cannot act. They cannot use. They can only use their utility action. Yeah, they can only use their utility action to resist. They can only use their utility action. They can only use their utility action. Pretty much, if you are in awe, you can't do anything. Bleed the target. Any main action reduces Icker slash health by 1d6. Any utility action reduces Icker slash health by 1d3. So it's kind of like if you're doing anything, you're bleeding. So it's kind of like you gotta use resist action. Resist. There we go. Even if you're patching yourself up, you're gonna take a little bit of damage, and it's gonna suck. The target is blinded. They will only roll one die when make. They will only. They have actually no. They have. Wheel and they have woe on all attacks. They have woe on all attacks. Anything around them. Confuse the. Let's see. Target is disoriented. They cannot. They actually. How do we want to? Round, which is going to do then deaf. They cannot hear any. They cannot hear anything. Elemental. The target is affected by an elemental water, fire, earth, air. Water, fire, earth, air. Water, fire, earth, air, wood, or either. We'll use the go die because it's the most extensive. Either, actually, no, we'll use either. I think that's the most perfect. Affected by an element. The target is terrified. They do not add their hero die to any. They do not add their hero die to any action, and they will. Not. Half the value of any roll. Actually. They have woe for -5 on all attacks. If they use anything, you're just losing a shit ton of health. You can only use their utility action. Or half hero die alien half the value of any roll. So yeah, being terrified is really bad. Inflamed, the target is lit on fire. They take 1d6 damage at the end of the round. They take 1d6 damage at the end of the round. Now they take 1d10 damage at the end of the round, which is really bad. Fire can be mundane or divine. A poison. The target has been struck by a malicious poison. They will reduce their ichor or health. Actually, how do I want to? They will take 3. They will take 5 health slash ichor slash health. Poison is bad. Regeneration. Target has the heat has. They will restore. Let's see, they will restore 3 ichor slash health at the end of every round. It's done. The target. Stunned, they lose. There we go. Stunned is pretty bad because you can't get rid of it. Target is in awe. Target is bleeding profusely. Target is blinded. The target confused. Blinding an enemy is very good. Defend. Not defeated. Defend. Target is terrified. Terrifier. Poison. Poison. I can never take poison seriously. Because I just keep thinking of Bret Michaels anytime poison shows up. Fucking Bret Michaels. Let's see. I want to have more, but alas, what I do? I discovered a national Discord for setting up TTRPG games. Cool. All things are bad. Ask them for local games. I can play TRPGs in person. I didn't know that existed. That's a woman now, but instead of watching your stream. But instead, I'm watching your stream. Truly, I live the best timeline. You fool. You absolute buffoon. You shouldn't be paying attention to me. Be happy. Escape from this endless torment we live in. We really are gamers. You're my date now. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, okay. Last notepad, I wanted to be funny and make a game about the players being the whales. I know you want a game about the whalers. No! No, please! Not more, not again! Okay, so we've got this. This is pretty good. We talked about minor domains. We can scroll. Yeah, we got this one. This one turned out pretty alright. A little bit janky, but it works. Let's see. So I believe if we do a quick double check on everything, things are turning out pretty good. Just want to hit this again just to make sure we're all on the same thing. Okay. So what do we need to do? Like right this second, what do we need to do? We need to do advancement and equipment. Equipment's not going to be that weird because I know how I want to do it. We are going to put equipment in. I guess we put it before types of enemies. That's what I'm feeling. We put that before the types of enemies, and then we put advancement at the very end. So we do this, and then we do you. We do this, we do this. So we do, we're talking about equipment. There is a host. There's a host of goods and there's a host of weapons, weapons and armor, weapons of armor of war to be employed by the hero. Be employed by the heroes. Each domain, each sphere having their own collection of warrior goods available and available to their prospective champions. Each fan having their collection of warrior goods available for their respective champions. Okay, so yeah, there's hosts of weapons of armor. To the heroes, equipment doesn't really impact their abilities all that much. Being able to fight and understand is half of the trials needed to become a hero in the first place. Any hero can use any piece of equipment. Any hero can use any piece of equipment. They have access to, but will naturally gravitate toward arms. Let's see. Gravitate toward those which will benefit them the most. So we're going to do our first one. Each weapon type is assigned. Weapon type is assigned a 2-hit. And damage die types. These two roles will be what the hero will need to use to successfully strike their enemy, and deal damage to them. The hero will only the 2-hit roll has the hero die be added to it naturally, forcing the hero to understand that the damage die will maybe lower than they anticipated. And Yeah, it's just like naturally. But you also get characters who are like, yeah, I do get to add it because that's my one fucking thing. I'm a goddamn hero. I can do whatever I want because I'm a big scary man and I can do these things. We do that. We add a column to the right. We do you, column 1.4. 1.4, we do 2.5. We do this. We do this. We'll do weapon type. There we go. Manly co-host. We have a manly co-host. Have no fear, everybody. Boop. Welcome aboard, Manly. Don't think you weren't here. Yay, Manly's back. Okay. We want to do we'll do a standard weapon. Actually, no, we want to do, we will do melee weapon types. You hit damage. We will do... range weapon type. So we want to do, actually, if we added a second one over here... What are you? You are 1.3. So if we select all of you, we can do 1.3 for each of you. There we go. Small one-hand. We'll do small one-handed, standard one-handed. We'll do 6. 1.6. Maybe 5. 7. There we go. We do that. Yeah, very simple. There's a reason for this. We want to do prowess plus, it'll be prowess plus prowess. Prowess plus actually, we'll do prowess plus prowess, prowess plus body plus prowess. Body plus, this is going to be body plus body. And this would be, actually no, yeah, we do something like this. Damage, which we're just going to do prowess. Dagger, stiletto, etc. Sword. We want a sword, hammer, etc. This would be a glaive, like a glaive, a great sword, etc. We're going to do a what would be a comically large. Yeah, you want to LARP as Guts, you're going to be if you want to become Guts, you're going to be using this. But again, you have to realize this is a gigantic two-handed sword. You aren't using anything else with it. This is a gigantic, kind of a big tell in a way. We want to do... Three. They're going to be put down there. So range weapon types, we're going to do small archery, large archery, small firearm. Small archery is going to be prowess plus mind. Actually, it's going to be prowess plus prowess. Damage is legitimately just going to be just be prowess. Example: this is like a short bow. Like if you just have a short bow, sling, etc. Like it's very, very small. Large, it's going to be prowess plus mind. You gotta understand where you're looking. Damage is going to be prowess plus mind as well. And no, actually no, it's gonna be prowess plus, we'll do body plus mind, because you gotta be strong to pull that thing back. Crossbow. Small firearm, mind plus mind. Damage is just going to do a flat, You just have a revolver. You are on the other hand going to use body plus mind. For this, you're going to do a natural 12 damage. You're going to do a natural 15 damage. You're going to do a shotgun. You're going to have a shotgun, rifle, etc. Kind of a little bit more like precise. Like you just have a large fucking firearm. You are a danger to everybody around you. Prowess plus mind. Large is going to be body plus. It's going to be body plus mind. Javelin. 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 Large stones. Gotta post the cat. How about one body? What about one body on? Yeah, actually, you know, 2-hit. If we just make it impossibly difficult to fucking hit with the damn thing, you are legitimately just rolling your body, but your damage is going to be body plus body plus body. Like, you need to have an insanely high body, or you need to be really damn good at what you do. Like, yeah, it's like you ain't hitting this thing very easily. His prowess this dude. No. Because the idea of adding mind, if we really want to be like really like precise about it, no, we just keep it with 2. Because again, you can augment these relatively easy for weapon wise. Like, actually, we do a Brana slot. How this works. I did put a prowess, yeah, throwing knives with his prowess plus mine, small throwing. Let me just double check. Adding a second prowess die to his roll. There we go, yeah. Pretty much, it's pretty simple weapon wise, but I'm gonna but when we move to, but that's kind of the point. It's not really supposed to be like, ah, yes, I have the coolest weapon. It's like, yeah, you do, but that's not really. Armor has two main values: protection and weight. Protection is self-explanatory. How much protection does the armor provide? This value reduces any physical damage laid at the hero would receive. This value reduces any physical damage the hero would receive from an attack. This value reduces any physical damage the hero would receive from an attack, potentially allowing them to mitigate harm. The weight on the other hand is a negative to all evasion checks. There we go. To all evasion checks the hero may undertake. The hero may choose to undertake. If the hero ever so yeah, that's the main drawback of armor, is that you can't evade as easily anymore. Like, yeah, wearing super heavy armor is like, yeah, you're gonna be able to take some hits, but it's like you're just gonna get hit. It's like you're gonna not have a good time. That also makes things like anytime you have clash, that make clash a lot easier. The weapon on the other hand is a negative to all evasion check. Is a penalty to all evasion checks the hero may choose to undertake. May choose to perform. Armor at any time may be taken off for a utility action, freeing up the movement speed of the hero, as well as shedding their protection. So again, it's one of those things like, I need to dodge easier this one. Okay, give me a second. As you just tear off your fucking armor real fast, because like, yeah, I'm a hard ass. I can do that. We want to do armor. We want to do protection, and this is going to be weight examples, and we're going to do clothing, protection, none, weight, none, examples, toga, standard clothing. Easy to move in. We're going to do, light armor has a protection of 2, a weight of 2. What I want to do is, like, I want to have the weight increase faster than the protection. If you want to go for a heavy protection build, it's the idea that you are going down that route. You aren't going to be evading. And that's just something you have to accept. But that's also going to make certain builds, you can say, certain domains a lot more better. Because it's like, yeah, if you're going bureaucracy, get the heaviest fucking gear you can. You're going to get an advantage to your initiative checks. You're also going to get advantages to your block. So just tank blows. Using the power of the bureaucracy, just ignore problems. We want to do medium armor. We want protection of 4. We're going to do, actually, if we double it if we add 3 each time, we do something like that, but we only do it plus 2 each time here. The penalty is always a little bit more extreme. But mind you, you might be wondering, like, wow, 8 protection doesn't mean a lot. But you gotta remember, like, a basic, like, a guardian beast might do 10 fucking damage, which it doesn't, it's like, wow, I've taken, no, actually, you know what, we'll even do it like this. Even having a little bit of protection is pretty good. You know what, we'll do 1, 3, 1, 3, 5. No, 1, 2, 3. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 5. We'll increase the weight pretty consistently. We'll do, actually, if we increase it by 2 each time, and then we increase this by 10, increase this by 5. Okay, there we go. Because I don't want everyone to just mitigate all the damage physically possible. Medium armor. Let's see. Mythology, god of weapons. Who's the god of weapons? Hephaestus. God of swords. God of swords. God of warfare. What's a good fun, list of war deities. Let's get some fun war deities. Yay, war deities. Not a native god. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, hello. She who massacres. If I've learned anything, it's just like most gods always are like, yeah, by the way, it's also the god of fucking war. Odin. So we want to do, yeah. Yeah. You pricing all these, you can just kind of wear whatever. You can technically wear whatever you want. I'm not really going to be saying that. The main drawback is, again, weight. That's kind of the big thing here. Actually, shields. Shields on the other hand are Or require, on the other hand, require one hand to freely use. Actually, can only use one type of armor, but if multiple are worn, the heaviest weight and the lowest protection is taken. So if you're wearing light armor, but you're also wearing like half juggernaut armor, half light armor, you're only going to have 1 protection but 12 weight. Don't split mail. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. We ain't doing that shit in this house. Shields in the hand require 1 hand to freely use. Nah. Yeah, technically, if you want to Captain America early on and just, like, have a fucking gun with a shield, I can't stop you with a small gun. Like, have no fear. Have no fear, everybody. It's me, Captain America. What do you mean, Captain America? I have a shield and a fucking gun. Hippity hoppity, I am the violence. I go, now! Dueling. Block bonus. You get a 1 to your block bonus. It's gonna be 1. It's gonna be 2. It's gonna be 1 weight. It's not like bucklers. Like, it's not really. Dueling shields are, I'm making a dedicated, like, I want to be, like, defend myself a little bit more. I have a one-handed weapon. I'm just going to take a dueling shield. You get 1 block bonus. You can mitigate 1 additional damage. You don't get any bonuses to evasion. It's just 1. Warrior shield. We're going to do 2. We're going to increase it by 3. We can probably do something like this. 3, 4. Kind of do the same thing there. Greco shield. Shield types. Let's just learn up types of shields. Tell me more about shields. Scooter. Scootum is going to be down like here. Heater shield, Pavils. Stella. Aspis. Aspis. So yeah, it's like your heavy shields there are like, these are like what you would conditionally think of like the traditional Greek one, as well as a weight penalty for No, we want to do, let's see, this would be, actually. Magical gear and mythical weapon. He uses shield as a weapon. Hmm. There we go. Usually, like, if you're using, like, a dedicated shield to, like, bash someone, that's kind of the idea. Sword in one hand, you're using a shield to backhand bash someone. It's going to be a body. It's kind of like one of those things, like, I kind of naturally assume you're kind of using the shield to kind of, like, block away blows. You're using it naturally, kind of like, get the fuck away from me kind of thing. But not like, I'm here to beat you. I'm here to backhand you with my shield. Like, that's kind of the idea. But, magical gear. In either space produces, either space has magic. That mythical, has mythic substances and crafters who have spent a millennium using the power of either and their own divine will to craft legendary pieces of equipment. Should the heroes find these legendary weapons and armor, they will undoubtedly have features have features that change them fundamentally, or grant additional bonuses. The simplest changes would be to add or subtract from the raw value of the equipment. The simplest change would be to add or subtract. What would be a good however, more advanced pieces of equipment may have special properties. Which change the nature of those. Which grant them extraordinary powers. We want to do Uh, the revolver. This revolver. This revolver fashioned by one of the Chinese bureaucrats as a one of the many Chinese explorer bureaucrats as a will always let's see, as a sign of his own, fashioned by one of the many Chinese explorer bureaucrats, as a sign of his own progress. Shot at a gonna be shot at a point in the map, and God, what would a magic gun do? Tell me, everybody, what does a magic gun do? Have you done Savage World, Case? Savage Worlds is one of those. It's one of those series that I've always debated, like, dealing with. Because it is popular enough that, like, going over it would be kind of like a... I try not to cover things that are like, oh, this is really well known. I try to avoid that when it comes to the game. That's why Savage World has always been kind of things. Actually, you know what? That's a good one. Gun has an uncanny ability to ricochet perfectly, landing on the... There. The uncanny ability of ricocheting perfectly to land where it needs to. You can use it kind of more as like a puzzle thing. So it's like, oh, we need to shoot that target. How are we gonna do it? Oh, give me 1 second. You shoot it off the wall and go ding, 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 and it hits the switch you need. Again, it's kind of more of a puzzle thing, but you can use it for a little bit more, dramatic things. Yeah, so this is kind of more like a feel free to be a little bit weird. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to judge you if you decide you want to make your gun a little bit weird. I am going to put in a note here because this is like really all the equipment I'm really going to deal with. Because I'm like, it's hard to really tell on something like this. Money, wealth, power, etc. The confusing aspect of Aether space is that each of the spheres does have its own economy, currency, and values associated with it. However, wily traders and the desperate merchant and the merchant gods have come together to form a universal currency backed by the infinite vaults of the Jade Palace. The The gold mark is a thin. The gold marks. Gold marks are coinage about the size of a real world 50 American 50-cent piece. 50-cent piece. With the jade with the yellow emperor on one side, and a tiger on the other. It can be exchanged for any place, for any amount, it can be exchanged at any location, at any place. It can be exchanged at any place in the spheres. Its value can most of I'm not really going to deal with money. I don't feel money is really the thing you need to worry about this game. But in case it ever comes up, it's like, yeah, there is money. It's just used by a single, the fucking Chinese are the ones who own it, and the merchant gods have effectively formed their own guild around it. What's that? You mean Persona 3? Yes, the three genders: money, wealth, and power. Yeah, it's a very much. This is kind of a, hey, in case it, for whatever reason, if the need for money comes up, this is how you do it. Very simple, very easy. Okay. Good. We've got all of our weapons. That means we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to put you right here, which we're going to need to talk about. Something very simple. Apotheosis. The heroes will grow. The heroes will grow in power. It is inevitable that the heroes will find themselves thrown into disaster after misfortune. Will find themselves thrown into disaster after misfortune, and chaos. Disaster after misfortune and chaos, and come out stronger. Anytime the heroes manage to complete a significant task. Actually, no. There are three methods of increasing the hero's power. Power over time. Training, learning, and ascending. Training. The most simple method for those with downtime is is training oneself to become stronger. Stronger or more fit in different places. These during significant downtime, the hero may choose to spend it training. While they are training, they will choose a skill of their choice, and roll their hero die. I know. Yeah, no. If the result is higher than their current skill value, it will increase. If it is not, then it will not increase. Multiple depending on the length of time, multiple skills may be chosen. Multiple skills may be chosen. If this is a possibility, consult the DM. These can be focused on a single skill. Adding a +1 for every chance to that skill's roll. So the basic idea, we scroll all the way back up here. We scroll all the way back here. Let's say Bronislaw, for example. Bronislaw has absolutely no skill in roguery. If he is spending time doing roguery things, he's less like, you know what, I want to train myself. I have some downtime. I want to learn how to be a better, thievery, skullduggery, roguery. I want to learn how to pick locks better. He's going to say, cool, roll a d4, get over a 0. Wow, I got a 1. I've rolled over a 0. I've increased it by 1. But let's say he wants to increase his cunning. Wants to increase his cunning to 4. He's going to take his his little d4 here. He's going to roll. He's like, oh, I only rolled a 3. I didn't do it. I wasn't able to do it. I didn't roll over. I rolled equal. However, let's say, for example, DM says, hey, we're going to be doing a long downtime. You can choose 3 skills to improve. He's like, okay, I want to improve my cunning. I'm going to burn all 3 of them on 1. So I get a +2, d4 +2. And I rolled a 3, so I got a 5. I can increase my cunning by 1. Now, the astute observer may realize, hey, isn't your hero die going to be increasing? Yeah. Effectively meaning the stronger you're getting, like divine-wise, the easier it is for you to improve your skills and stuff during training. That's kind of a big deal. It's like, yeah, I'm getting better at this. Like, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting more impressive. Training may also be used to retrain self when it comes to certain manifestations. Footnote: If the player is unhappy with a manifestation, they are free to change it during a training segment. There we go. That's pretty much it. It's kind of like the, hey, you decide that you really wanted to do this particular manifestation, this little minor power. It isn't quite what you wanted. You know what you kind of wanted. You kind of know how to word it. So it's like, okay, let's talk about it. We've got a little bit. We know what you want. We know how we're going to do it. Let's do it. That's kind of the idea. you're burning time, but it's like, yeah, this is just kind of a compromise. To which we go here, which we on to learning. Mm. Yeah, learning. The hero takes time and dedicates themselves to learning a craft, or to learning a craft. This can be this comes in two varieties. The first is more akin to advanced training, allowing the first is more akin to advanced training, allowing the hero to choose skills of their choice to advance by choose a skill of their choice to advance by +1. They do require a teacher, and possibly the expenditure of resources, goods, or just time to learn about it. It is more consistent than regular training, but lacks the particulars the breadth, I should say. The hero can also spend this time to gain quote skills not in that category, such as learning a new language, adding or taking the time to on their struggle. The second option requires a powerful teacher. It requires a powerful teacher, often on the same or greater scale than the hero themselves. If they undertake the training, they are allowed to learn a aspect of a domain. Or gain possession of a minor domain for one of their. Actually, they are allowed to learn. They're allowed to learn a special manifestation. Gain a minor domain, or learn a part of a domain. A single emanation. This teacher must be tied to that domain, or understand the nuances of that manifestation. They must also be stronger than the hero themselves, primarily by possessing a larger hero die. So the idea here is, hey everybody, I want to learn how to become the god of fucking furniture. I want to learn how to furniture manipulate. You're gonna have to find a teacher who is mastered the art of furniture making. And you're going to have to learn from him. You're going to have to spend time. He's going to probably want something from you. It's going to be a bitch. But once you've done it, you can take that minor domain, and now you have it. That's yours. That's kind of the idea behind learning, is you are, instead of training allowing you to do a lot of different things, learning says you're doing one thing. Like we're going to have to teach you how to become the best furniture crafter in the world, kind of thing. That's your one thing. Yeah, teach me your ways, IKEA-sama. You may not like it, but this is ideal. How do I want to do this? We want to do this right. I mean, we can do, there we go. Looks a little bit janky, but it works. Simple method. So we do, the final one is Ascension. This is the big one. Ascension. During times of crisis, there will be moments when the heroes are called to action. These moments signify the hero's saga, and their story, building their myth through the Aether space. This myth also increases their power. When the heroes complete a major goal or objective, they will increase their hero die by one step. D4, by one step, D4, D6, D8, etc. During this time, when they do advance their hero die, when advancing their hero die, a few options to improve them. We're allowed to choose a few options to improve themselves. When advancing, each time. May choose one of the following. May choose one of the following options. You want to do so the big ones here we're going to be doing increase a attribute die level by one step. So easy enough. Adopt a new domain associated with patron. Okay, easy enough to understand. Adopt a new domain associated with the patron, with their patron, or they have learned an aspect of. An emanation of. So pretty much, if you're like, hey, I want to become this, you can gain a little bit more power. adopt a new armament. Armament to the soul. Adopt a new armament. Gain 10 skill points. Gain 8 skill points. No, there we go. Very simple. Probably would be some probably it would be like a Norse god of crafting or something. That'd be my guess. You know what, let's do Norse god of crafting. Reagan, you would be this is the little fucker that you'd be dealing with. See this little goblin man? This is who you'd be trying to, you know, have no fear that IKEA-sama. IKEA-sama. learning the power of go to hi. Well, teach me, dwarves. Teach me your ways. I desire to learn how to become IKEA. So we want to do. However, when the hero reaches when the hero reaches a hero die of D12, they must choose one of the following. Hero die of a D12, they must choose one of the following. Adopt the ornament of the crown. These two will these two armaments will actually, no, it wouldn't be the banner, it would be crown, it would be no, we'll call it the torch. Crown of the torch. Will dictate where the hero wishes to end up. The crown is the armament emblazoned on the soul of every god in Aetherspace. It is the sign of apotheosis. True ascension into godhood. True ascension into godhood should they surpass one final trial against the world. The torch on the other hand is a destiny of humanity. Being an icon of mortals and progress, being burnt into the memories of mankind, not as a god, but as a hero who represented them. They will not ascend to the final plane, but maintain their humanity going forward. So it's pretty much like you have to adopt the armament of, like, this is like you get two options, like Do you want to ascend, or do you want to become like stay human? That's kind of the big idea there. Like, if you want to ascend, that's cool. We can ascend. It's just going to be a hard. You're not going to have a fun time. It's going to be a miserable experience for you. You are not going to have fun. We want to do the crown. Join their patron, not as a subservient child, but as an equal. Now, this trial, we want a sacrifice, only a sacrifice and loss, where their humanity is burnt away to make. To have them push forward beyond their limits. There is no going back. That's kind of the idea. It's like Gilgamesh never wanted to become a god, therefore he adopted the torch. He legitimately will never be forgotten. That's kind of the entire idea. That's something he wanted to be. Hercules was like, yeah, I'm going to become a god, because fuck you, I can do that. It's not like you're going to be forgotten. It's more along the line, you are sacrificing something. You aren't becoming a man anymore, you are going to attempt to become a god. And other people don't want you to. That's kind of the secret. It's like, yeah, the best way to think about the crown is you are telling everybody around you, you're telling all the gods and stuff, like, I'm coming to take your fucking place, dumb shit. I'm gonna fuck your day up. And everyone's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, especially when your dad is, especially if your dad's like, I don't like this. Because that was like, especially if your dad's like Zeus, for example. Zeus doesn't want his kid going for a crown. That's not the point. He doesn't want that. Because he went for the crown and he tried and he had to kill his father. You know, it's that one line from from fucking God of War, the 2016, that I actually enjoyed. You know, is this what we're destined to be? You know, sons killing fathers. Because that's what most mythology is about, is somebody killing somebody else. Domain mastery. Yo. Let's see, let's see. The hero treats any result over a how do we want to work? Actually, no. Hmm. Uh. Mm. Well. Mm. Mm. Uh. Yeah, it's pretty much like you have complete dominion over your own little area. Mm. Now merciful. Others from their own sphere. Yeah, effectively, that's the. Yeah, the entire idea is like you are a danger, and you gotta remember every god has these as well. They have a bunch of different domains and shit. You know, and it's like, you are really fucking scary. You can just spend forward drive at any point to immediately force anybody from your sphere to just give up. They're like, yeah, no. And it's like, oh, well, Zeus is going to try to send enemies at you to try to kill you. Yeah, you can just say, no, that you're not. You're going to bow, effectively. You're here. That's why people are afraid of it. They don't want another crown here. If the gods hate anything, they hate other people. If the gods hate anyone, it's their own people. Um. Mm, uh. Humanity is what gives a hero purpose. To lose that is to lose cells. Mm. They will. They will pass away. They will pass away, finding. Never truly forgotten. Mm. No, going back. We want to do. Mm. Mm. Uh. Mm. 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 Sin against the authority of the gods. Yeah. So it's pretty much the idea behind Ascension. You choose kind of like how you want the story to end. If you choose to go down this one, it's like if you are fighting a god, like you are quite literally saying like I can use as much drive as I physically have, but I damn well know I don't have that much. You're gonna run out of drive eventually, and they're gonna be able to kill you. See, it's one of those like funny things where you gotta wonder, like, how does this keep happening? How does this keep happening, guys? You make one AI as a far right wing authoritarian nightmare creature. Okay, that's a problem. You do it like four times, things start getting a little bit more hinky winky. Have no fear, it's my hinky winky moment. Oh no. Most likely, it's just receiving tons and tons of data that it's just not quite understanding what's going on. Okay, so let's do a quick once over. Do we have everything? I think we have everything. Because I was going to put in like a GM section, but I don't really think I need a full-on GM section. Because I think we did a pretty good We're looking at about 60 pages. Yeah, we're looking at about 58 pages. Let's see, word count. We're looking at about 15,000 words, about average. A little bit under par, you know, I'd guess 15,000 words. And yeah, I think like it's one of those things where I kind of just gotta wait on what he wants now. Like I've sent him the document. He knows what he's going on there. I will probably need to do like artwork, otherwise known as I'm going to stare at the magic AI machine and make things work for me better. Oh, hello. Because the magic AI machine makes my life easy. Most likely, looking at how things are going, it's really going to come down to the powers of, does he like the powers or does he not like the powers? If he likes the powers, we're pretty much sold. We're done. If he doesn't like the powers, then it's going to get a little bit hinky winky. But yeah, generally speaking, I think this project went pretty well. I think THEOMACHY went pretty well. I think the two issues I was having was he didn't really give me too much to work on. And what he did propose was, please sit here for 8 hours straight coming up with 1,000 unique different powers. And it was like, fuck that. Had some divine art for completion. It's generally speaking, I think things went pretty well. I'll probably go through here, double check some wording just to make sure, but that's like me having to like open things up, stare at documents, be like, okay, now it's time to do that. Are enemies perfect? No, I think enemies are like probably the weaker part of this game. I made one to make a character of this game. You want it? What do you mean? Go for it. I mean, if you art thing. I mean, sure, if you want to. Now, if we like running through things, it's not terribly complicated to make a character. I mean, if we really want to make a character, let's just make a character real fast. We want to do hero creation. We want to just run through a character creation real fast. We're going to make IKEA man. Hello, IKEA man. We are going to be pretty average. We'll do body, conviction, mind, prowess, soul, will. Actually, we can probably we'll do noble. So we're going to make his mind pretty good. We'll make his will pretty good. Soul will be good. Actually, no, we'll make his. E10, 1, 2. There we go. Actually, no, it would be there we go. Not perfect, but it works. We were going to look at his 20 skill points. We want to have craft, woodworking at 4. We're going to have domestic at 3. Intuition 3, 4, 7, 10. Mercantile 4, 14. Nature 2. So that's 7, 10, 14, 16. Outworld 18. We'll do oration 1. There we go. So that's 7, 10, 14, 16, 17, 20. Good job, team. We did it. Woo. We're going to choose, I think we should choose the shield. The shield, that means we have Cleave, Guardian, Unshakable. What's our domain gonna be? Who's our patron? We want to do, we want to be a little bit more on our jam. Let's do order. We'll do order. Cool, that's who we are. Good job, team. What's our Icker looking like? What's our Icker? Icker is going to be 24 out of 24. Whoop-de-doo. Plus our will, which our will, it's going to be 28 out of 28. Which is going to lead to our drive, which is going to be 5 plus. Drive's going to be in our soul, so we have a total of 14. We have 19 out of 19 drive. That's going to be the thing keeping us going. Pretty average. We're a little bit weaker than Bronislaw. Our heroic quality. Rippling addiction to IKEA. Oh, wowie zowie. So if we go to our weapons, we just want to make sure we want to have a gigantic fucking weapon. Our weapon. Oh wow, look at everybody, look at our giant weapon. Armor, we're gonna go with medium armor. We have a fucking, we're going to have 2 protection and 5 weight, which means we have a -5 to dodging. We're not very good at dodging, everybody. Millennium puzzle. Wowie zowie. Good job, team. Let's go down to order. Order. What's up? Order. Sneedo burrito. What's our inheritance? Cool. What's our inheritance looking like? We have a natch. We have Eye of the Law. We have Power Through. We have Equalizer. And we have the Shield of Justice. Yeah, the Shield of Justice pretty much is going to be the thing keeping us alive. There we go. We've done it, everybody. Here's what IKEA Man looks like. Right here. This is IKEA Man. Probably every now and again, we need to just build our level up. We need to increase our abilities here. Probably don't really need to take another domain right off the bat. We can probably wait on that. If we were going to take another one, probably it would be wealth. Take wealth later on, mostly because then we could do, hey, we can do tax return. We can use it as tax return to fuck with our enemies a little bit more. And we can also use Annie up a lot more. Because we need to Annie up. Like that's the secret. Yeah, it's sometimes when it comes to like how vague the rules are, it's like sometimes I can see them now. That's why, honest to God, that's like one of the main reasons why I like open things up as much as I do. Me like, please do anything you feel like please tell me what you want here. Please if you see it, like, this is like the big thing. If you ever look at one of my games and you like clearly see something like wrong with it, don't hesitate to send, like, just to put a note on it. Don't be like, oh man, I don't want to. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to assault him or whatever. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I want to be annoyed by it. I want to be bothered by it because it means you're reading it. That's the important part. You're reading it. And if you like it, cool. That's really neat. And it's like, yeah, there's a thing here that we've clearly read, and we, you know, it's like, oh, okay, well, there's an issue here. I can fix it. If you don't tell me about the thing, I won't be able to fix it. Here's a very buff man. That's like one of the funny things I always notice is like people being like, oh, well, I don't want to comment on any of your things. Like, do it. Just fucking do it. Please. Please. Oh. Yo. You may be wondering, why did I turn it black and white? Because I'm usually like using black and white stuff here. That, and it usually covers up the fingers getting fucked up. There we go. Neato burrito. Good job, team. We did it. Woo! But yeah, no, it's pretty much at this point we just need to add in some artwork to kind of wrap things up nicely. Is there a misspelling? Let's actually see. Why not? Let's do it, everybody. Where's the spelling and grammar check? Either space. Ignore. Wait, no, go back. No, go back. Conquer. In their followers would conquer. Either space. Ignore. Accept. Ignore. Moral. Heroes do not need about mortal concerns. Ignore. That's the right spelling. X drive. Ignore. Variety. One of the most common varieties. Yeah, ignore. Monstrous. Accept. No. If either of the tether, I'm going to keep tethered because tethered makes a little bit more sense in this case. Root veins. No. Ignore. Good job, team. We did it. Oh yeah, gamers. Woo! Now we're gaming. Yeah. I can really only hope that he likes it at this point. Yeah, that's THEOMACHY. Good job, team. We did it. Double checking everything because people gotta tell me things at weird ass hours. Hell yeah, gamers. So, what's gonna happen now? Because I did get another commission document in. Yes, I did get another commission document in. That one's gonna be Weekend at Barry's, effectively. Or Weekend at Vladimir's more often than not. I have a few ideas for that one. But what we're gonna do... What, Doc? What? Huh? No, I got the commission document, another commission document in. That seems to be going pretty well there. I know how to do that one. It's gonna be a little bit weird, but he's a very good commissioner and he does know exactly what he wants. He is a patron as well, so I'm gonna make like jack shit on it. What was the commission? He wanted a Soviet road trip role-playing game. Except everybody is a vampire. Yes, it's a vampire Soviet road trip simulator. Gonna be a little bit weird. But, alright, he has some good ideas. I'm like, alright, based. We're not going to be doing that right away. I usually don't like doing commissions right after the other, because commissions aren't commissions aren't as fun, you could say. It's not to say I didn't have fun with THEOMACHY. Actually, a lot of fun with THEOMACHY, but they do have a very different feeling to them. So what we're going to be doing next week is we're going to be starting on Eagles and Rifles, the Redux there, which that's going to be a little bit special. Because my goal there is I want to do that. No, I don't hate commission. God damn you. Yes, Eagles and Rifles. They said it couldn't be done. They said that it was foolish even to even debate on such a thing. But behold, Eagles and Rifles. This is a game about Napoleonic warfare. A game where you take the role of a ogre company of bands of large groups of men to fight in a Napoleonic battle. You are fighting the good fight. You are doing your best to survive and lead the charge. Generally speaking, you can go from the Napoleonic era to about the 1860s reliably, right to about the Holstein-Schleswig War with Germany and Denmark. You can roughly get to about there. After that, it gets a little bit rougher because each loaders aren't nearly as accounted for, as well as like kind of like more advanced artillery. What other comms do you have on hold? It's currently just that one, but people have talked to me about wanting to set other things up, but one person wants to actually like just talk to me, like sit down and talk, because it's kind of a weirder one. And one other person has expressed interest, but has not reached out yet. He has not filled out the documents. Thought it was going to be some kind of Valkyria Chronicles kind of thing. I already wrote a Valkyria Chronicles game, Archer. I ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, no. Eagles and Rifles is effectively fantasy Napoleonics. Except you, yes, you are the commander in there, getting your shit rolled effectively. Because fun fact, this is a very fun fact. Being a bunch of guys standing in a line is a little bit precarious. So that's the yeah. You also got things like War of the Triple Alliance and things such as that. Yep. It's effectively you're playing this dude. You're playing effectively a commander in a war. You know, in this kind of this battle, and you kind of gotta navigate around. It's a little bit more of a war game RPG than anything, with all the associated problems that has. It was a weird game. It has kind of a weirder system to it. But what I want to do is I want to patch things up. I want to make things pretty. He got a revolver. I want to make things nice. I want to make things far prettier. And I want to send it over to Osprey. Osprey Games submissions. Because they do actually have like you can actually like submit Osprey stuff, like new proposed board game, card game, war games, and role-playing games. I'm like, cool, let's do this. Let's learn. We can do this. Mostly because what I can do is like, oh, okay, we've got this. And what we can do is like, oh, hey, you know those other games you have? You know those other things that you have? We can work this together and make something completely new. A whole new world. Which was, yeah, this was what, see, we also Burrows and Badgers. Where was I think it's called like Silver Bayonet. Silver Bayonet's the one. Yeah. This is the Silver Bayonet. I'm like, we can totally do this. Just give me the okay. Just give me the okay, and we can make the Silver Bayonet the role-playing game. Because this is a Napoleonic Gothic horror game that horror thing that nobody really fucking talks about. Speaking of talking to companies, have you reached out to Miro so you got sponsored by them yet? No, I'm not. I'm not reaching out to fucking Miro. Like, hello, I am an internet schizophrenic. Would you please sponsor me? Please? I don't even want money. You think a GM-less game can work if combat and economy all have a built-in GM emulator? Yes. That is the only way to make that kind of game work, in my opinion. I have actually debated on doing a, have you reached out to Raid Shadow Legends? Raid Shadow Legends doesn't exist hardly anymore. They kind of went out of, they ain't doing too hot. Mostly because nobody wants to roll gacha on ugly characters. Remember that, kids. Damn, you're making a tulp. I have been debating on giving a name to every single book, though. Draco, if you really want pure schizo energy. I've been debating on giving every single game going forward a new name. I know, written by like, Nathaniel White or something. Every single one with just a completely different name just to fuck with people. For no other reason, just to fuck with people. Not by Notepad add-on, it's Nathaniel White, it's, Jack Brower, Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay can write something, I don't fucking know. I'm just naming names. Just to fuck with people. So it's just like, oh my god, I really love your work, Mr. White. I'm like, I know. See, I've been debating on pen names, on pseudonyms and stuff. The only one that ever comes up is M. Richards, because it's just a shitty Moby Dick reference, because I fucking love Moby Dick. I thought Ishmael would be a little bit too on the nose in that regard. I know Wuso keeps wanting people to do David Knight, I believe. David Knight's his big thing. Yeah, no, it's... See, the lucky thing with, like, going with Ospreys. The lucky things with Ospreys is that a lot of Osprey books are actually not, like... I wouldn't say, like, not super well... Not, like, super pretty or anything. But they are usually a lot more reserved on art. As well as, this is another very big advantage for me anyway, this is historical. I can use paintings and shit. I have actual people, I can use paintings for free and they cannot stop me. Yeah, there's a few games I want to go from Osprey, because Osprey is a very fascinating company. And like Hard City, I want, like the Jackals. I have Jackals. I've been waiting to do Jackals forever. You guys just don't vote on them. You fuckers just do not vote on Jackals every single time. Yeah, and hell, even if Osprey does like it, being like, hey Osprey, you want to work together? Like, that's the beautiful thing. If I can convince them that's like, hey, yeah, it's like, hey, if you want me to, I can write this as a, Silver Bayonet effectively the Silver Bayonet role-playing it. That's effectively how I would pitch it to them, being like, we can keep this by itself, or we can actually make this like a Silver Bayonet, or, role-playing game of you being a bunch of guys, desperate and ready to survive supernatural horrors with friends. This game does actually have a setting. It's pretty much What If Portugal Was the Greatest Country on Earth, the musical. We all know that's not right. Yeah, there's a lot of, please fix this shit up. Please, like, clean this. This is a fairly old game, too, at this. Yeah, this is a relatively old one. all things considering. Yeah, it does somewhat function. We do use hexes because hexes make my life easy. I might actually, like, I might change the hex system in this. I've actually been debating on that. The battle in progress system will work pretty well, I think. It's whoa, whoa! Portugal is the greatest country in the world. You misspelled Spain. See, the entire idea of the setting was effectively picture the Holy Roman Empire, except everyone is Portuguese. And they did everything, and then everything went wrong. That's literally the setting. Yes, the Portuguese Holy Roman Empire, except everything goes horribly wrong for everybody involved. It was a bastardized version of a bunch of names, and if you do tune in for those streams, get ready to cringe and die a little on the inside. Yes, if you effectively what the overall plot was is the plot effectively boiled down to there was a big ass war where I can't believe they're not Portuguese Russians, and I can't believe I can't believe the Portuguese Russians, I can't believe the Portuguese Spaniards, and I can't believe a bunch of other things all went wrong at once. Out of curiosity, how would you make a setting with the prompt of what if the Balkans but a shonen anime? Palinka effect. That's all it would be. It would just be the Palinka effect. It would most likely boil down to Saga of Tanya the Evil. Except everybody is just sadder. It's Saga the Tanya the Evil. Except you're not Tanya, and you're going to die. Is that it? Tanya the Evil? You know all that cool magic shit? That's not you. And then everybody's sad. I have debated on making a game where the entire idea is that you are just hyper expendable, and that's the entire premise of the game. It's like you are supposed to get just mulched in the fighting. And you dying isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the game is built around you just getting mulched repeatedly. And a little bit less of that power scaling, though. It's kind of like, you are going to get mulched, and a character isn't really supposed to survive for very long. That's the point. I kind of experimented a bit with iron caskets. Yeah, it's pretty much the game wouldn't necessarily be about individual characters. It would be about kind of the greater situation going on. I don't know how I would do it well. I got a few ideas that I have ideas that I would like to go over, but sometimes they just don't. Sometimes things just don't go very far. Like the imperfect war game didn't really do too hot. Let's see. Genuinely speaking, we can do. I got a few ideas on what's kind of going to be on the next list. I do need to do another fucking Sprugazine. That's going to be kind of my goal for the year. Christ almighty, so many fucking ideas. Like, I've got a lot of ideas, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. You have to deal with my shitty ideas. Yeah. We'll call it there for today. Utopia Wars when? I know how to do Utopia Wars. I know how to do it. I think I know how to do it. I need to think on it more, and I need to perfect something. Most notably, I need to yell at Noonie. I know you're there, Noonie. Your fucking game for the Game Jam gave me ideas. It's there. I don't know. It's infuriating. It's truly infuriating. Because I know how to do it. I can see it. It's just not working properly. I'm very impressed with your capability of finishing things. To be frank, a vast majority of my games aren't very good. They all kind of suck. But I like them because they're perfect. And they're my games. I think like the hardest thing for a lot of people is finishing something. That's why I kind of give myself a relatively strict timeline of like, yeah, I'm going to try to get this thing done in 2 weeks. You did it in the fucking morning like a monster. What are you on about? It was at noon. It was at noon. Yes. Like tomorrow noon EST, where we'll be going over franchise games. Franchise. Basically the middle of the night. Yeah, noon on a weekend. This is basically 5 a.m. on a weekday. Here's one thing though. This is a little heart to heart. I might be getting a new job. The BuzzFeed experience is over. And that will drastically fuck up my schedule when it comes to how we've been doing things. So, kind of take that with a grain of salt. You have another job. I might be getting another job. It kind of depends on how things go. It's a lot of sitting and waiting, and if the thing is, the way that it is, it's a good job. Don't get me wrong. It's $18 an hour for relatively light work. The thing is with it is that they want me nights and weekends. So it's like, okay, how do you want to do this? How is this going to work? Like, if it was any other day, it'd be fine. It's just like, oh, we want you specifically on the weekends. It's like, all right. That might mean we might get like, certain streams might be a lot later than others. But it kind of depends on the situation. That might be better. That might be worse. I don't know how that's going to play out. We'll see. I might not even get it. But I'll call it there. Godspeed. Good luck. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. I will see you all tomorrow. Noon EST as usual. We'll be going over franchise games. I got to go over 1.5 tonight because I already know one tonight because it's 5e. It's 5th edition, Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not at the same time, and I think that's very fascinating. We are going to talk about a few games. We're going to do Kickstarter roundup as usual. Yeah, we got a few ideas. So, Godspeed, good luck. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I will see you all on the flip side.